So, but it's to be professional and to be focused.
That's right. You have to absolutely be focused.
And
I think
plus,
I had pneumonia one time in Quebec. I swear
coughing?
I did. I couldn't breathe, I think.
I think we were,
you know, out of town. I probably just took cough drops or something and kept going. I just kept playing, you know. I mean, it was not, I was sick. I remember that. So you just
so when you're a pro, you do it no matter what.
That's right. You just go ahead and
well,
and again, if you can focus enough on anything, it's the external things. I mean, how you feel or whatever. You know, they're not primary.
No, you just get really tired afterwards.
Yes, you do. But you have to. But it's not just music. It's anything. If you're going to paint or if you're going to make a recipe, I mean, use a recipe to cook or something. You don't want to be distracted all the time.
Oh, did I put the baking soda
yes.
in yet?
It's easy to be
Did
distracted.
I forget the eggs? Oh no. But the other part with that focus stuff is the energy thing. Because people don't realize the amount of energy that, one, it takes to start your domingo start, but also to like build that energy, whether it's to the climax of the piece and then it fades back down, which is that thing in nature, you know, it all goes along with pi, 3.14, whatever, you know how there's, no, this is true. I had to study this in music school.
What do you mean about?
How everything in nature has a balance to it and it all comes to a climax point. And then, you know, it goes.
Oh, okay.
And if.
What's it got to do with pi?
Because that's the same, it has that same, there's a balanced ratio in mathematics that has this too. And you can also.
It's a good thing you took calculus.
No, that would be physics. Well,
no,
yeah, calculus too.
Calculus you had to take.
Yeah, so, well, I took it. I took the college stuff too.
I know.
And had a teacher who was from Spain. And the other kid, our student teacher, was, I'm not sure if he was from Thailand or Korea or something, he spoke no English. Didn't you have this problem too?
I did too.
So you try to ask him a question
yeah.
and he didn't understand the question. And calculus is hard enough as it is. I don't need teachers that don't even know English. I can't ask a question
and just
or
go
get
on
an
the board
answer.
and write it all.
And they do these huge formulas. They're like, there's the answer. Great.
If it hadn't been for Alan help
there?
Teaching me, I never would have
Weren't
gotten
you guys
through that.
taking a class together?
No, Patrick and I were, but Alan had already taken the calculus, and then when I went back to take it, he taught me it. I mean, he wasn't living there, but I mean, he was in Minneapolis. He would teach me. I'd say, I don't know how to do this, and he would sit there, come over, and teach it to me. Otherwise, I could not have gone through with that.
Well,
I didn't learn it in the college. I learned it from my son.
Well, that's
who had already
fine.
taken
I didn't have
it.
that.
Yeah,
Had he
no,
already taken it when I was taking it? Well,
yeah,
no
he'd
one was around
already
to help
taken
me
it.
with
No,
my calculus.
you took it later, I think.
Ugh.
Anyway, but it's good for the mind.
Okay,
you
no,
see,
but what I'm
that
talking
is
about is that there's a balance in nature, and they've also studied this with paintings of famous paintings.
Yes.
I mean, look, you have a tiger right here behind us.
Right.
Okay, so that has a balance to it too. The artist. I mean, you can.
Well,
you
it's
can
the way the
go,
tiger
like,
is
you
kind
have
of
that one over
turned.
here.
Yeah.
Well, it's how it's
think.
on the canvas.
Yeah.
And it has a peak. I would say the peak is like his eyes.
Yes, it goes up like that.
Yes, it swings up and then it drops away. So it has a slow balance. But everything. The point is, everything in nature has a big climax point where everything breaks and then it all fades away. Just like how emotions are like that too. You come to a climax point, you get all upset, and then you burst it out.
You have that enough.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's a Kenny thing.
Yes.
So you can have a domingo start to start it. You dig into it or sing it in your phrasing. You lead to your climax, which is the high point of everything, and then you delve off into
But you don't drop.
But you don't drop the energy.
You have to keep the energy going.
Yeah, so once you get to the high point, I wouldn't say that you can't stay at it.
But
you're not back at the bottom.
You never are.
Anyway.
It has to even fading and some of these, like the slow movement of that Mahler fifth, that adagio that they often no. Mahler fifth has got the adagio that everybody when everybody dies they play it. But anyway, at the end of that thing is the hardest thing to do because everybody is just going this long thing, and you've got to keep your energy or you drop the bow, you know. I mean, you've got to keep the energy or you can't play anymore. It's one of the hardest things.
But isn't that what you're doing all the time? I mean, I don't know how to play any string instrument, but how do you change you're always going like this.
Yes, but there's a method in your hand that you have to practice in order to do that smoothly. But when you're holding a note, you also have to, you can't get tense, or otherwise it'll go up like that. You have to just slowly use your muscles in your mind to kind of think about how long I can do this, and at the same time having a decent sound to it. It's really hard to do, and then because like that thing, it lasts, I don't know, measures long. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to change your bow.
On one bow? Well, that's
sometimes you change. It depends. They call it free bowing or something, where everybody changes at a different time so that it keeps the music going.
Too.
Yeah. But still, you know, at the very end though, everybody has to go and end at the same time, everybody down bow, for instance, you know, or everybody, no, you don't usually do up bow because it's a little too heavy on the end of the bow. The frog is heavier, you know, than the tip. So you've got to go down, but everybody has to, that's what it's called, the end of the bow, it's a frog. At the end, everybody has to be pretty much at the same place, and you still have to hold it because the conductor might decide he likes that sound, you know, and you hold it. Yeah, that's true. That's
true. Which is annoying as can be.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Well, they do that a lot in opera, especially at the bigger opera houses, because some guy has to scream out how wonderful it is, even though, you know, Mimi has just died or whatever, and you know, you gotta have a moment there, and they're
Yes, I know. They do that all the time.
They should teach audiences to keep it in just for a second.
Because it doesn't even matter if the conductor is stopped or not. They still do it.
They still do it. We've seen that. Where the conductor is still like this, but someone's got to ruin it all, ruin the whole moment. It is too bad. So that happens. So, but that was interesting about your bowing. I mean, you haven't talked. Well, I've never studied that, so I don't know.
No, but it's the same as your voice going on.
Yeah.
A person that diminuendos
and it is similar because you can't push your sound out, and you can't like force it to be hard, and you can't.
It has to be free flowing, like that blowing the candle, which your dad always said.
You can do that.
You can blow the candle. It's the same idea.
You have to have energy.
I mean
that's a good energy teach, because you do, if you try to do that, what we're talking about.
All right, explain.